Hey, welcome to my channel, and today in this video we are going to look at how we can send data in form of body data through our request using the Laravel Saloon package. Now this package allows us to make API calls, which I have shown in my previous videos, and in this video we are actually going to look at how we can send data through a post call, because so far what I was doing was making only GET requests where we were sending data through headers or through query params. But that is not the end of the world. There is something which is very important, which is sending data through the post request. Now, to send body data in a request, this package needs you to implement an interface called hasBody, and with that then you should implement any of these traits. So to understand why this needs to be done, basically the post data can send information in multiple ways. For example, it can be in the form of application JSON, which is why we have a method or a trait called hasJSONBody. Sometimes some API will ask you to send information only in XWW form URL encoded, or form data, which is of type multipart, sometimes in XML. So with all of these in mind, this package allows you to use any of these traits to send the information in the desired format. Inside my code base, what have we done? We have a get user listing, but we don't have any post request. So why don't we create one? Inside our application, this is where we created our request, Saloon request Laravel API, get user listing. So send post data. This is one more request that I'm creating. Once I create that request, I should be able to see that inside the app HTTP integrations Laravel API and then the request folder. This is my new request file. Now the first thing that I will do is the method is get. I'll change it to post. You can use post, patch, update, whatever you want to. Now as we said, this request class needs to implement hasBody. So why don't we do that? So it implements hasBody, and because we are doing that, why don't we use a trait which is what? hasJSONBody? Yes, like so. With that done, I think we have done most of the part. I mean, it's that easy, because now the request is able to make post calls and also get data. But first we need to prepare an endpoint where we can send some post informations and confirm that it is working. So the test application that I'm running over here, right now I have a get request. I'll remove these things. Okay. And I'll create route post. Example. I'll just inject the request, return the request all so that I can see what is happening, and I'll also log request all. This is all that we need to do, and this is our API, so slash example should work for us. Now inside my web.php, request, let me understand what is happening over here. So this is the request. The header, I can get rid of it, and the request new will change from get user listing to maybe send post data. And then I'll need to add something over here. So I'll show you why I'm doing that. So basically the trait that we just added over here gives us this body method, and that body method checks whether there is any data in the request body or not, and it also allows us to add data in the request body, which means I can add this function and say name Amitav. So let's run this and see what is happening. Don't care about this error. For some reason, VS Code is not able to recognize it, but this does work. I'll show you. 8000. Can you see? Name Amitav Roy. My param is 50. This 50 is coming because inside the connector, I have default query. Okay, and because I have done request all over here, I will get those two things. Okay. Now, this is the basic stuff. I can, let me go to the routes.php. I can send as many parameters as required, but there's one more thing. I can also do something like first and then have a small array. Let's say fruit, banana, and second milk, shake. Okay, and then if I do something like merge first dollar second, what it will do is kind of, if I refresh, the fruit milk is now added, and we get that even as log entries in our test application. So it's a very useful thing, because if you are getting data from multiple places inside your application because of some business logic, you can get all of them and then finally merge it. You will also be able to do certain things like third equals fruit apple, and what else? Let's say again name Amitav. Now if we refresh, oops, sorry. If we send this first of all, not the spotlight, yeah, and hit refresh, can you see the fruit now is apple? Why? Because it got merged and it took the last one as the how do you say? It got the preference because it was overridden, and the rest of the things were squashed, and the final array was created. And this is quite handy. Other than that, you have all these methods which we also saw with the headers and query parameters and stuff like that. Then you have multi-part body as well, where you can send such information and stuff like that. But yeah, the most important thing is you get all these formats to deal with and send information. So everything is covered with this package. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. And if you like this video, do click on the thumbs up icon and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.